Peace, love, and blessings, everyone. Hope you're doing well, and welcome back to another stream. So, I normally do like the calculations and stuff off camera because I think it's not as interesting for people, but I think some people actually enjoy seeing all of the discussions and stuff. So right now I'm just kind of looking at what everyone's potential move sets are, so we can kind of figure out who we're going to bring. So we do need to kind of have an answer for everything. And I think Salazzle and Greninja probably both coming on board. They're both quite good for this first fight. The tricky thing is this arena trap. I don't know how high in priority the AI sees going for for Final Gambit. It would just be really bad if it Final Gambit on, or because of Aquamarta. I have to be very careful of who I send out to deal with these ones. I guess Revolting could be quite good here. No. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the not fully upgraded. It's hard to find someone who's going to be good to a grass type, who's also good to Walk Trio. Because the thing is, Greninja's good into the Galarian Stunfisk, right? It's got a reasonable chance of one-shotting it and avoiding having to deal with any sort of stealth rock. I was also considering having someone just... No, I think we'll go with Greninja though. So obviously, naturally, the person who wants to then come in against Greninja is going to be Carnivine, right? Because I'll be a water type. So I then need to switch into someone. I need to then switch into a grass type who's going to have a good matchup into the Carnivine. It doesn't have to be a grass type, but if it's not, it has both Stun Spore and Sleep Powder. It's both kind of annoying. Potentially going to Skull Villain, because I can Temper Flare. So that crunch kind of hurts. The problem is we're then slower than the Mog Trio, so it's either not have Final Gambit, which is Final Gambit's an issue. The only other thing I can do is try to stick to flying types. Because... But then obviously if it's a flying type, I'm going to have to deal with either getting parried or put to sleep, which means I'm going to have to use a Lumberry. Otherwise I risk being asleep for 3 turns or locked into a power. Just because that way if I'm on a flying type I can actually switch out the arena trap. Plus I'd also have a good matchup into 53. I'd also have quite a good matchup into these two actually. Yeah, and then I'm not faster. That's the only thing, I'm not faster, so I'd need to stay healthy, but I'm faster than Mothim and Carnivine, and I have a chance to one-shot on both, so I just need to have the Lumberries, which, yeah, I think that's the answer, actually. So I think we might have found our way through, and the idea here is, because I'm a flying type, I can switch into someone who has a good matchup, which I think is actually back into Greninja. If I haven't taken too much damage. Obviously if I find the gambit it dies, so that's that. Okay, so let's write that down. So Greninja lead versus Stunfisk. High chance to one shot. If not, factor in Stealth Rock. That should still be fine. Versus Carnivine or Mothim, we switch into Bombardier. Both to Wingbeat. I haven't actually checked what Bombardier's moves, like what new moves Bombardier gets access to, so let's have a look. Ooh, I get Sucker Punch. That's really good, actually. Ooh, that's very good. So I have to give up. I think I have to give up Pluck. I know eating a berry is very valuable. I could give up Payback as well. I'm just wondering, is there any scenario here where I really need to eat someone's berry? Like in this line of fights. Does anyone even have a berry? There's a Rheumatize, but I'm not gonna pluck on it because it's got Moonblast. Veluza, maybe. Again, I don't see enough scenarios where I definitely want to go for Pluck. And I am going to have a I always can bug bite someone if need be. There are a few trainers where it's like, okay, maybe having Pluck would be good. The other thing I could do is rely on Sucker Punch over Payback. See, Bombardier's in a bit of a weird speed class. It's like it's getting middle. Sometimes it'll be faster, sometimes it won't be. I'm not sure yet. We're gonna run through the rest of the fights, and I'm just gonna put a note here. Bombardier, learn Sucker Punch. Do I give up Pluck or Payback? So with Carnivine and Morphin, the one-shots are both with dual beat, which, convenient enough for Morphin, will also bypass the Poker Sash, so that's pretty good. So let's do a Sucker Punch here instead into the Mock Trio. Yeah, that Sucker Punch would do a lot of damage actually. If I'm not too low on health, it probably eliminates the need to even Final Gambit. So yeah, I think Sucker Punch is definitely something we need. Wing Beat. And then versus Bug Trio, we can Sucker Punch, check health, if too low, switch to someone else, because Arena Trap doesn't work on flying types. Then let's have a look at the next trainer. So far we've got 2 confirmed, which is Bombardier and Ranger. So, Pinchurchin. So it's going to lead with Electric Surge. It's got a whole heap of hazards. Liquidation as well as Lament. So I feel like Tatsugiri would actually be crazy good into this thing, because it has Taunt. I haven't actually used it yet, but I'm just having a little peek, and I get Taunt. Tatsugiri gets really diverse move pool. Skull, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Dragon Pulse. So I can have Soak if I want to go for more interesting option. My moves, my nature's really bad. That was naughty. Oh, excuse me, I can't remember the IVs either, so I'd have to hop in and game and have a look. But just the fact that it has Taunt on this thing. Pinchurchin basically won't be able to do anything. It's a shame. If I then had a set up on Tatsugiri, that would be crazy good. But sadly not. Yeah, good way to shut it down, because I don't think anyone's going to be one-shotting this thing. And surprisingly hits quite hard. Actually, hold up. I'm looking at 45s again. Yeah. Mental health. What does that do again? Oh. Okay, so I can't taunt it then. Okay, let's have another rethink. Do you get a physical ground? Not yet. You'll get Rock Slide and Flamethrower. Yeah, Scorching Sand, unfortunately, doesn't quite do enough damage to guarantee a one shot. I don't have any other ground types, so no one else is probably going to work. still think like Nidoking's probably going to be the best monster here. I just don't fancy taking all of that damage from liquidation. It's a 30% chance to KO, which means it's pretty good. So let's see what everyone else is saying. So he's got the eject pack for after he leaves storms to switch out. You've got Surge Surfer with Water Gem, kind of spooky. And then that's going to be an electric. Terrain Pulse is going to be an electric move. Because of the electric terrain. I could try a Nidoking. I'm just thinking instead of Toxic, because this is quite an offensive one. Flamethrower instead. We already got Poison Jab. That's the thing, I mean. Ground Poison is pretty decent coverage. I could maybe take a Smart Strike instead, actually. Because I've got Poison Fairy types anyway. 31% chance of it killed Scorching Sands. Seems alright. Should we can't muscle band this? Oh wait, hold on. I just remembered. Soft Sand. Hold up. That might. I did just pick up Soft Sand. Yeah, okay, we've got our answer there. We now have Nidoking as well, because obviously this is a gauntlet. So we have 6 battles we have to do in a row. So we're going to lead Nidoking. Specifically with the Soft Sand to Scorching Sands KO. So, at full health, let's, hold on, let me have a look at his moves. So, I'm going to learn Rock Slide and Flamethrower. So, if I look at a coverage calculator, we have, with Poison and Ground, which is Stab, so the 2 Pokemon types really have an issue with ignoring Shedinja would be Steel Flying types and some other flying types as well. Most of the Pokemon that if I got a rock, not Gliscor obviously, but if I got a rock or an ice move, that would be really good. So for Steel, getting Steel, doesn't shift too many, right? Because if I got Fire, that'd be quite good. And if I got Rock, wow, even better. So we definitely want Rock, right? So the Rock Slide is very, very good coverage. And it's a physical move as well. It's just a case of, do I want to give up Toxic or Fire? I'm not hitting that many more Pokemon super effective by getting Flamethrower. can't see anyone here who getting flamethrower now. What's this? Fourth battle. Fifth battle. Sixth battle. Yeah, there's no one who getting flamethrower. Don't get me wrong, flamethrower is an amazing move, but I think I'd much rather have stab at rock move, and then get rock slide instead. It just becomes a case of do we keep toxic or not? I don't think so. Because there'll be cases where I'm dealing with a really tanky Pokémon and I just want to poison it and then switch out afterwards. So I think we just replace Smart Strike with Rock Slide, because Rock Slide does benefit from sheer force. And then, yeah, switch it. Consider looking at getting it from there. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll take Flamethrower. We'll see. So I'm going through this and I see that Flamethrower like one-shot something where the other moves wouldn't, then I'll definitely take it, but let's assess. Now, did we export and import this? Yeah, we did. Bombardier I haven't yet because I can't decide. But this is a team so far, and I know we calculate Talano, but not necessarily using it just yet. So Scorching Sand's a one shot with the soft sand. Oh, you know, take the soft sand off because otherwise I'll forget that I have that equipped and I might think that it has a kill with Scorching Sand when it actually doesn't. So, if it actually switched into you, you are faster, but we can tank your hit and poison germ. Surprisingly, we also take the water gem quite well, considering it has a water gem. What's this? Oh, sorry, soft sand. Also gives a one shot against the Raichu. See, a crit would be super scary though, because it is faster as well. So probably want a different answer. Maybe Greninja. Yeah, I'd probably go with Greninja and just Dark Pulse instead, just to avoid one shot. And then Klawitza definitely would need to switch. I don't think any of these three really handle this one too well. So who's gonna deal with Klawitza? Especially considering it's got an Electric Seed, which I think boosts defense. Yeah, so really want a special attack to deal with that. Probably Blossom, because just having Intimidates is really good. Oh well, a special version equivalent. So, oh, that's a tough one. I could give up Giga Drain to not have healing for, say, exchange for energy, which is more damage. I can also could also strength stab. Now strength stab is a crazy move. I feel like I'd actually prefer. I know infestation's decent for like keeping something trapped in, but I feel like I might give up sleep powder, to be honest. Honestly, sleep powder just after it let me down previously. I think you could just strength sap instead. I suppose if I have strength sap though, maybe I'd rather take energy ball because I can heal with the strength sap, and strength sap should be way more healing. Let me check it actually. I can't actually check healing. So I heal equal to its attack stat, so I would heal 79 at first, which is pretty good. Think about it. Think about it. In a skill villain as well, but it takes quite a bit more damage, especially if he's a water move. And then we have Venusaur, who we actually have kind of left. Like, I haven't really looked at since 38 because I wasn't sure whether to give it a toxic or not. And now it will get Giga Drain. So if you have access to Toxic and Giga Drain, it won't yet have Sludge Bomb. So let's see how level 53 Giga Drain does. Ooh, that's some good damage. Maybe I do give it Toxic as well. So we got, okay, so we can consider Venusaur or Velossum. So Nidoking, Scorching Sands, OKOs, the Pichurchin, Nidoking, Poison Jab, one shot. Monkey, oh, it's called Civisage, Nidoking, Scorching Sands, OKO's Raichu, so it's just the last one, Kloitzer. So this is going to be Velossum or Venusaur. So we haven't decided yet, but we know it's one of them. So that's going to be that battle. Then next up we have this one. So it wants to set up Trick Room. Okay. Got no guard there. They even have Guillotine, like against the no guard Pokemon. Guillotine one shot it. Would be amazing. Romances. It's a fairy type. It's quite slow. The poison jab's looking good. I could even muscle band if I wanna really guarantee it's a one-hit killer. Nidoking with muscle band this time. OKO with poison jab. Jeez. Marowak, because Marowak's scary. Look at that, look at that bone rush damage, yikes. And got Veluza, also one-shotted, yikes. And Machamp, not an issue, so it'll be Veluza or... Why does Veluza have Trick Room? The scary thing about Veluza is Flareaway. And I think my best bet is Bombardier. With Sucker Punch. So it's gonna fillet away. I swear you have to be on odd health for fillet away to trigger your Citrus Berry. Right? Well, anyway, let's assume it does. It'll be on 75%. So 43% chance to KO. I think Bombardier would need Muscle Band to bring it up to a more comfortable number. The only problem is if it Aqua Cutters instead of Psycho Cut, it could just Aqua Cutter again and finish me off, which wouldn't be a bad situation. So maybe just switching into Greninja and Dog, yeah, that looks like a much better option actually. Because even if it fillets away, no, I think if it fillets away, it becomes it's a speed tie. Yikes! But I still. Well, that's the problem actually. If I'm using Dark Pulse, I don't resist anymore. And it would one shot. Oh, that is. I think I hard scale Greninja and max its speed. Because I don't. I'm pretty sure fillet away is +2. Oh, let me double check. Yeah, exactly. I don't want a speed tie for that, so we will need to hot scale speed max it. So, versus Veluza, Greninja, Dark Pulse. Yeah, that should be good. Still don't quite have an answer for Marowak here. I wouldn't. I mean, yes, Greninja would load dice, guarantees a one shot on it, but Bone Rush could hit 5 times, and that would be a dead Greninja. So we'd have to switch to a flying type first to avoid the Bone Rush. But then it would see a KO with Thunder Punch or Rock Slide. And Thunder Punch doesn't help. I don't know. I'm honestly, I think there's a strong chance that with Nidoking there, it sees Power Up Punch. Yeah, the problem is I need to load dice on Greninja to guarantee that the Water Shuriken is a KO, because I need 4 hits. If I take the chance and have the Citrus Berry instead, okay, I have a chance to survive Bone Rush, but... Okay, this is proving to be an annoying one. Let's have a look at Machamp. Oops. See how we are planning to deal with this Machamp. So we're definitely. I think this is one of the ones where we're gonna have to look at it and say, okay, this is the line. Yeah, we're gonna have to do the line here because there's too many variables and all of these Pokemon are hitting really hard. I know they all have Trick Room as well. Well, some of them do anyway. So, Nidoking. He's faster than both of them. I imagine it should be Veluza, but I guess in theory, I think it's more likely Veluza comes in rather than Marowak. But I do have to prep for in case it is Marowak, so let's bring this out here. So if it's Veluza, fine, we switch to Greninja. And then Dark Pulse, 93% chance KO. No problems. If it's Marowak. It's gonna be Bone Rush, so I need to switch into a flying type. But Bombardier doesn't have the greatest matchup either, because it could then Rock Slide or Thunder Punch. Ironically, we'd actually want to switch back into a ground type to deal with that, but then Nidoking doesn't have any super effective moves. So, who takes a rock and an electric move quite well? No. Not the rock move anyway. The rock move is just going to be an issue. I don't really have anyone who resists rock that well. But then I also need a response answer to deal with this Marowak. Okay. Blossom's looking pretty good into this. So Venusaur should also be okay. Why is... Oh, it's because of the level. No, do you know why? Because of the poison typing, the Bone Rush is shown to hurt. To actually do decent. So actually, yeah, actually Blossom does this Hunters quite well. Giga Drain would be crazy damage. Energy Ball is probably not quite a one-shot, but pretty good. Okay, so looking at Blossom. So I guess that answers the question about whether it's going to be Venusaur or Blossom. So versus Marowak. Switch to Blossom. Need to then heal that turn. So we could shrink that here. We could heal 100. Again, I don't know whether I'm Giga Drain or Energy Ball here. I probably want to just Energy Ball, to be honest. I mean, it's basically a guaranteed KO as long as I don't low roll. I feel like I'd probably get rid of Sleep Powder just because it's not consistent enough with Blossom, because it can miss. And probably Energy Ball of one-hit KO, pretty much nearly guaranteed. Should probably put 93% chance. It does matter. And then finally, we have Machamp. I mean, well, ironically here, because of no guard, I could keep putting it to Sleep Reliable if I decided to keep Sleep Powder. I could also Strength Sap and stay healthy, because Strength Sap is going to fully heal me against this Machamp, and I can Moon Blast as well, and do a lot faster. So versus Machamp, I can switch, but not if I think it's going to Ice Punch, which it would do against Nidoking. Now against Greninja would be Dark Pulsing. It would come in and want a Dynamic Punch for sure. Against Blossom, well, Blossom's already in, so that's fine. I'm going to I'm going to just put this to 53 for that side. Make sure I calculate it properly, even though we might change the moves. Yeah, and the Blossom seems to cover the Machamp as well. So we can we do need some sort of healing, so it's either Giga Drain or Strength Sap to stay healthy, and then Moon Blast for damage. Alright, cool. That's that one. So look at the fourth battle. It's getting late, so I might need to finish this prep another time. Let's have a look. We've got 3 more stairs in there. 3 more to do, and so far in our team we've got 4 Pokemon. Ranger, Bombardin, Nidoking, and Veloci. I reckon Bombardier, it's not faster, so it gets sticky webs up. If it was faster, amazing. Greninja, no. Nidoking's actually faster. Wow. It's got 2 more speed. But I would have been intimidated. But even through the intimidate, Rock Slide's a one-shot, so yeah. Nice. Nidoking. -1 attack. -1 attack due to intimidate. Rock Slide, okay. Speed. So, who wants to come in next? King. Oh, sorry, I keep next trainer, sorry. Dash Bond. No, actually. And I could just poison jab it twice. Frogly. Yeah, has Roar, has Hypnosis. Seems annoying. It's got a Defiant Adrenaline Orb. Okay, so we don't have an Intimidator yet. I don't think Adrenaline Orb only triggers off of Intimidate and not Illuminate. Yeah. But Defiant would still proc and it would get +2 attack. So we don't really want it to roar. And then finally Druddigon. Druddigon we would have to swap with. Yikes, that Dragon Rush hit hard. Sorry, a second. Alright, so Spooky Dragon Rushes. I think it pretty much would go for Dragon Rush there. So probably want a Fairy type, to be honest, to switch into that. So yeah, I don't think anyone else is taking Blossom could, but it's not faster now, so it would just knock me out after. Well, I've only got, unless I change Roldspear to God for, I've only got 1 Fairy type at the moment. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't have a great matchup, because it would have been Fire Punch. I don't really want anyone taking that Dragon Rush. Maybe Relicat? It's got really high defenses. Yeah, it's a possibility, and I could yawn. I could see what else Relicat gets as well. So to get Waterfall and Double Edge. Nah. Bit of trouble seeing how to get through this one. So we could switch into Rebombi, soak up the Dragon Rush. It might even just glare. Hopefully it did go for the Dragon Rush. And it should see that only Fire Punch is guaranteed KO, not Thunder Punch, which maybe allows me to use the Green Gem, Icy Wind. Still think I'll take way too much damage. Even if I did turn into a high stun. Yeah. I just don't have a good answer into this thing. I think Tatsugiri might be able to switch in on a not Dragon Rush and maybe Dragon Pulse. I think that was a little bit hard. Okay, that might be the answer. It's not guaranteed though. I don't have a good nature. Ooh, plus it has glare as well. It's annoying actually. That Dragon Rush is hitting way too hard. I guess if I got God of War instead, it still two-shots me. Although Moonblast, if I got it, would be... Obviously this is assuming max all of this. Let's see, would it get Moonblast? It probably would, right? No, actually, Moonblast is level 70. So I would have to rely on... Oh, Alluring Voice is still good. But not a guaranteed one-shot. And this is with max special attack Ivy, which I don't think I have. Actually, maybe I do. Anyhow, that's an option. And I've got the whole route. We stick to one of the moves is probably going to go. Oh, it gets Alluring Voice. I think I prefer Dazzling Gleam. It also gets Bug Buzz. Usually none of those are going to help enough though. Still export import. It would need to switch into that Dragon Rush to block it anyway. And then it should see a KO with Fire Punch. So Nidoking is in rock sliding, -1 attack. Important to remember. Right, so yeah, because it's -1 attack, I don't necessarily see guaranteed KO. So I'd have to switch for sure. But if we're looking at damage, it's only Drodigan, so Drodigan should come in. Alright, so I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm gonna do some more strategizing next time. Alright, peace, love, and blessings. Take care.